This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Painter held with $3 million and drugs charged. Police on Saturday charged a St. Andrew man who was reportedly held with more than $3 million and a quantity of cocaine. Marvin O'Carlock, 47, a painter from Drumbler Mansion, was detained as he was held with drugs and U.S. and Jamaican currency during an operation last Monday. He has been charged with possession of and dealing in cocaine, as well as possession of criminal property. He is to appear in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court on Tuesday. Allegations are that detectives from the Narcotics Division raided an apartment occupied by Locke. During the raid, police seized 4.73 ounces of cocaine and $3,750,000 and US $450. The cocaine seized reportedly has a street value of 335,000 Jamaican dollars, the police said. Following investigations into the seizures, Locke was charged. Improve the compensation part of public sector reform, said Morgan. Minister without portfolio in the Office of the Prime Minister with responsibility for information, Robert Morgan, has said that improved compensation is part of the ongoing transformation of the public sector. It is anticipated that the impending public sector compensation review to be undertaken in the 2022-2023 fiscal year will promote greater efficiency across the sector. We believe in good compensation of public sector workers, but the flip side of the compensation is efficiency. We are going to make a significant change in worker compensation in the government service in the next couple months. With that change is going to come the requirement of performance, he said. The minister made the disclosure during an interview on Friday, January 28. He noted that this change is also intended to attract highly qualified professionals to the sector. We cannot attract quality people to the public service with these current levels of compensation. We are going to change the whole way that we pay people, he said. The public sector compensation review is slated to commence on April 1. It is intended to overhaul the structure of salaries and other emoluments in the public service to make it more equitable. Police seized 2 firearms in Kingston East. The Kingston East Police reaped success during an operation which resulted in the seizure of 2 firearms and several assorted rounds of ammunition on Wild Street in the parish on Sunday. Reports from the Elletson Road Police are that about 1:30 p.m., lawmen carried out an operation in the area and the premises was searched. During the search, an AR-15 rifle fitted with a magazine containing 30 rounds of 5.6 mm ammunition and a white sock with an additional 13 5.6 mm rounds were seized. The search continued, and a Mac-10 submachine gun fitted with a magazine containing 2 9mm rounds of ammunition was also seized. No one was arrested in relation to the seizure. Last laugh, lawyers say our hotel prosecution a waste of time as Green and others cleared by DPP. Attorney at law representing the R Hotel in New Kingston, Peter Champagny, is suggesting that if charges are preferred against his client for breaches of the Disaster Risk Management Act, they are likely to amount to nothing. R Hotel is operated by Renfrew Management Limited, whose chief executive officer is Joseph Bogdanovich Jr. Champagny was responding to the legal opinion of Director of Public Prosecutions Paula Llewellyn, which was submitted to the police on Friday with regard to alleged breaches of the DRMA involving then Agriculture Minister Floyd Green, Mona Division Councillor Andrew Bellamy, Director of Enforcement and Compliance at the National Solid Waste Management Authority, Dave Powell, and Gabriel Hilton last September. The DPP ruled that no charges be laid against the 4 who were captured on video among a group of people at a birthday party at the hotel, toasting to a no-movement day last September. No-movement days were implemented by the government last year to curtail the spread of COVID-19. On Friday, Llewellyn recommended that charges may be preferred against the hotel for breaching the Ministry of Tourism's COVID-19 protocols, which fall under the DRMA. The DPP said the hotel facilitated a breach of the gathering limit of 10 when it allowed 19 people to congregate at a table. But in a news interview on Sunday, following the release of the document to the media, Champagny argued that prosecutors are likely to encounter challenges if charges are laid. "I don't know what useful purpose would be served from seeking to possibly pursue any prosecution under the subsidiary legislation," Champagny charged. He said the prosecution is likely to rely heavily on video footage, which will present some challenges. "I foresee a lot of legal issues, and some have been mentioned in the opinion. But to suggest that the hotel may be charged, I don't share that view at all, certainly, based on my own view of the matter," he said. It's not been unheard of where there have been suggestions or putting forward an arguable case for the prosecution of an entity or an individual by the office of the DPP, and it is pursued and it is not successful for various reasons. A trial is dynamic. It depends on witnesses and a number of other things that would not be captured at the relevant time when an opinion is given. At the same time, the lawyer was swift to point out that the legal opinion was not sought on his client but on the 4 persons aforementioned. Deputy Commissioner of Police Fitzbailey said the police would study Llewellyn's opinion on the viability of prosecuting the hotel. The DPP said both Green, who resigned from his portfolio as Agriculture Minister when the video surfaced, and Bellamy were exempted under the DRMA as holders of public office. Bellamy resigned from the board of the Southeast Regional Health Authority and the several Kingston and the St. Andrew Municipal Corporation committees amid a public backlash. Holders of public office were previously exempted under the DRMA on the basis that they were carrying out their duties. This was subsequently amended to remove any limitation on their movements. Green resigned shortly after the video became viral, but was reappointed to the cabinet as a minister without a portfolio earlier this month. Llewellyn said while no proof was offered that Powell was employed to the NSWMA at the purported time the event occurred, he told the investigators that this was the case. If he is so employed to the National Solid Waste Management, the issue arises whether he would also benefit from full exemption to the restrictions regarding movement during the curfew hours, Llewellyn said. She noted that the DRMA allows for the exemption for any person employed in a service concerning the provision of public works and the sanitation. In the case of Hilton, the DPP said there was no material provided to her office that proved that she left her house on September 14. The footage of the lobby shows a lady dressed in a white dress entering this area from an internal door. This person is not seen entering through the front door of the premises nor leaving through this door for the duration of the footage. In this regard, a video that depicts a person physically present at a location does not assist in deciding as to when this person arrived at the location, said Llewellyn. She said efforts must be made to locate the remaining 15 people present in the video, though no criminal charges can be laid unless it is proven that they disobeyed the no-movement orders, which were in effect on September 14. The same principles as are applicable to Ms. Hilton would be applicable to them, Llewellyn said. However, public commentator Judith Wedderburn said the conclusion of the DPP with respect to the law reinforces the view and experience of many that there are 2 Jamaicas. It does send the message that the law as crafted by politicians and approved in the House enforces the view of many in the population that there is more than one Jamaica. It also says the majority of Jamaicans are not entitled to the same legal entitlements, she said. Pedestrians warned of toll road trespass. In the wake of a fatal crash near Linstead, St. Catherine on Saturday, the police have warned the pedestrians not to trespass on toll roads. Audley Gordon, the executive director of the National Solid Waste Management Authority, is the subject of a police investigation following the death of a pedestrian. The deceased has been identified as Donovan Mignot, a mechanic of Threadways District in St. Catherine. Gordon was driving his Toyota Prado SUV along the toll road when the crash occurred about 5 p.m. The NSWMA executive director underwent a breathalyzer test and has been cautioned for prosecution. He declined a comment when contacted by the news on Sunday. Mignot was reportedly walking on the pavement along the thoroughfare, which has signs erected at various junctures prohibiting animals and humans on foot from crossing. Boy, sometimes along the road at high speed you have to swerve from people crossing the road. They simply ignore the signs and often see the road as a shortcut. This can be a deadly mistake which leaves people in sadness and inconvenience, Marcus Johnson, a motorist, said on Sunday. A senior member of the Jamaica Constabulary Force Traffic Department echoed the need for adherence to the toll regulations. He emphasized that despite the trespass, the police are still conducting an investigation into the matter. There have been 4 road crash fatalities in the St. Catherine North Police Division this month. As at January 28, 30 persons were killed in 24 crashes, the Road Safety Unit reported on Friday. The incidence of deadly crashes has decreased by 4%, while fatalities increased by 3% when compared with the similar period in 2021. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.